Hi, I'm Karl Konrad. Australian Immigration Law Services has been helping people get their visas for 22 years and counting. Our team of specialists are highly experienced across all the visas, whether they be skilled, state-sponsored, employer-sponsored, partner or parent, business, medical or otherwise. We are based in Sydney, but we're able to help you whether you're in another part of Australia or another part of the world. If you're looking to live, work or study in Australia, hit that subscribe button for more on visas and requirements. The 190 visa works like this. The Immigration Department sets a national standard and each state independently sets their selection criteria called nomination requirements. To be eligible, you must fulfill both the Immigration Department requirements as well as the state nomination requirements. To learn more about the benefits of the 190 visa, watch our most recent video linked in the description below. The Australian Capital Territory, more commonly known as Canberra, sits in the middle of the south end of New South Wales. It's a populous city and its nomination requirements are quite achievable. Overseas applicants are currently not eligible, but we hope this will change from July this year. You need either to have an occupation on the ACT Criticals list or be a 457 or 482 visa holder. To find out if your occupation is on the ACT Critical Skills list, visit the official Canberra Your Future website to get the most updated list. At the time of this video, the list was updated just a few days ago on the 12th of January. As this list can change without notice, and that means there is an element of risk that your occupation may disappear before you are eligible for sponsorship. If your occupation is not on the Critical Skills list, you are still eligible if you hold a 457 or 482 visa. You must have worked in the ACT for your sponsoring ACT employer for at least 6 months while holding your 457 or 482 visa. Your visa must continue to be eligible for another 12 months from the date you submit your interest to the ACT. You must have been living and working in Canberra for at least 6 months and must continue to. Short visits into Canberra cannot be used to make up the 6 months. You are not eligible if your partner or children are living or working in another state or territory, but your family can be living overseas, and if so, you must provide evidence of this. Work must be a minimum of 35 hours a week every week for 26 weeks. You don't have to be working in your nominated occupation, although of course this would work to your advantage with the Canberra Matrix. If you're on a 457 or 482 visa, you need to be working with your sponsoring employer. Employer must be paid, and internships, scholarships and volunteer work isn't counted. You must also be continuous, and you can only take time off through paid leave. If your contract doesn't include paid leave, unpaid days must be evidenced by a medical certificate, otherwise you may fail this requirement. You can work with multiple employers to make up the minimum hours. Your employer must have been actively operating for at least 12 months in the ACT. The terms and condition of your employment must meet the Australian work rights standards, and your salary needs to be comparable to the market salary rate. You can use job data or advertisements to demonstrate what the market salary rate is for your occupation within the area in which you work. If your employer is interstate, your employer must have an office or branch within 30 minutes commute of Canberra. Your work, however, still must be in Canberra. Also, you can be self-employed. You must have an ABM for at least 12 months business activity within the ACT, and your income must be at least $1,000 per week of self-employment. If your nominated occupation is on the ANZCO Group 1 or 2 occupation level, you must have at least Proficient English. To find out what ANZCO Group your occupation is, you do so by searching ANZCO on the website. For example, accountant is in Group 2, an occupation you'll need to show at least test results of Proficient or Superior English level. A chef is in Group 3, and this only needs to meet the Immigration Department's requirements of Competent English. So that's it for the ACT nomination requirements. Now don't forget these are in addition to the Immigration 190 visa requirements, such as being under 45 years of age, having a skill assessment and scoring at least 65 points on the points test. Unlike some other states who choose candidates with higher test scores, Canberra selects those with higher matrix scores. I'll explain the matrix in a bit. Since meeting the ACT nomination requirements gives you 5 points, you need only 60 more points on the points test. First, submit your skill select expression of interest to the Immigration Department, selecting the ACT as your preference. Then submit your interest to the ACT by completing the Canberra Matrix. If you're selected, the ACT will then send you an invitation to apply for your nomination. Apply within 14 days, providing the documents showing you've met your nomination requirements and what you've claimed in your matrix submission. If the ACT approves your application, the Immigration Department will then send you an invitation to apply for the 190 visa. You then apply within 60 days with the documents showing that you've met the Immigration Department's requirements and what you've claimed in your skill select expression of interest. The Canberra Matrix is a points test that is independent of the Immigration Department. The matrix is what the ACT uses to choose their candidates. There is no minimum score, but you want to do well in the matrix. The matrix awards you points for having lived a long time in the ACT or having assets in the ACT as an example. To learn how to score in the matrix, watch our recent video and we'll leave a link in the description below. Now currently the ACT nomination application is $300, and then you'll need to pay the Immigration Department application fee, which is about $4,045. If you're interested in the 491 visa, the ACT nomination requirements are just slightly easier and you can watch our video on that, and we'll leave a link in the description below. If you need our help, we offer Zoom, Skype and telephone consultations. If you like to read, we have loads of free information on our ME News blog on australiavisa.com. Follow us on Facebook, and before you leave, do subscribe and remember to turn on that notification bell so you won't miss any important updates. As always, take care out there and I'll see you next time. So bye for now.